A scholarship fund to honor the legacy of her educator parents while also helping students realize their potential. Lauren Powers shares more of her story. Lauren, it's incredible what you're doing with this foundation for HBCUs, all inspired by your father, right? How did that story start?
Well, it's actually inspired by both of my parents,
Okay.
who were both HBCU graduates. But how it kind of just went crazy was when my father, he passed away suddenly last year during the COVID pandemic. My mother passed away about 10 years ago, and we established an endowment in her name. She was a professor at Kent State University. So beyond that, dad passed away last year. It was horrible. It was tragic. And we didn't really need anything when he passed. So I said, okay, in lieu of flowers, please just donate to a book scholarship. So we called it the Arthur Whitmore Book Scholarship. And, you know, my own family, we raised several $1,000s, and it just wound up just erupting. And I wound up meeting a woman named JJ Virgin. She is very well known in the fitness space, and she is the founder of this organization called Mindshare Collaborative. So it's this large organization for doctors and healthcare practitioners. And through her and meeting all these other entrepreneurs and health practitioners, she wound up connecting me with a lot of other people, and we raised close to almost $100,000, and then
Wow.
wound up connecting with UNCF, and now we're a 501c3,
My goodness.
and it's just become an amazing experience, and we're able to bless so many students across all HBCUs.
And now that you've raised that kind of money, like what are you hoping to do with it? Like where's this? It's scholarship money, right? With this
Yeah.
foundation?
So it's a book scholarship. So what we're
Okay.
doing is we are trying to get as many eyes on it as possible, which is why we have decided to connect with the United Negro College Fund, which is, of course, the largest organization for scholarships for Black students. So we want to give $1,300 scholarships to as many HBCU students as possible. And this is a scholarship and mentoring organization. So we see that there is a gap between students that are smart and matriculate well and getting successful employment, and knowing how to conduct themselves in the workplace. So the goal is, let's get you a book scholarship and then get you connected with someone in your field of study, so that you can then go on and be successful in employment once you graduate from school. So this is scholarship and this is mentoring, and we hope to be attached to these students, and we want them to pay it forward as well once they graduate and start their jobs and their careers.
That will be invaluable. It'll just keep making this get bigger and bigger. I know something that you never imagined. You've attended an HBCU yourself. How did that impact your life?
So I am a very proud Spelman graduate, and I even went back and taught at Spelman a few years after I graduated.
Wow.
So my life would not be the same had I not attended Spelman. And I credit my parents for that, because I actually didn't even want to go to Spelman. They forced me to go, believe it or not, because they knew, them being HBCU graduates as well, they both attended Norfolk State. They knew you don't know what an HBCU experience is like until you go. You don't know the values that you learn when you learn about yourself and being around people that look like you and that are doing good things and learning about their culture. So my life just, I wouldn't be who I am had I not attended an HBCU like Spelman. So I want as many young Black students to really gain that enriching experience that I had, and see other graduates that are doing it just like me. And United Negro College Fund paid for most of my schooling when I was there, because Spelman doesn't have a lot of scholarships. So I had all these external scholarships similar to mine, which is called the HBCU Legacy Scholarship and Mentoring Foundation, that paid my way. It was other HBCU graduates that helped me matriculate and that I'm still connected to. I am forever grateful and indebted to my experience as an HBCU graduate. I love Spelman.
Well, and we are happy that your journey turned out the way it did, because it got you to this point right now where you're giving back and helping others. So, Lauren, thank you for coming on and sharing your message with us today.
Thank you.
You can find more information and how to contribute to the scholarship fund by following along on Instagram. She is at I am Lauren Powers. And coming up, we're going to have some tips on how to ensure you are properly protecting and growing your retirement from financial expert Tavon Jackson. That's